What's up everybody? I'm Ryan Miller, the creator and author of Growth Stimulus Training. Today I'm bringing you a Your Question, My Answer video. And today's question deals with altering your calorie intake on training days versus non-training days. Should those calorie intakes be different or should they be the same? I'd like to first start off by talking about the importance of consistent calorie intake over time. The whole concept of calorie tracking really revolves around learning how your body reacts to a set calorie level. And you can make your tracking and your result finding very simple by keeping your calorie level the same day to day to day. Even if your macronutrient intake fluctuates and changes, it's still very simple to keep that calorie intake the same. Because as you know, your calorie intake can be composed of different ratios or percentages or amounts of protein, carbs, and fats. So it's really important to first off just understand that in terms of learning how your body reacts to a set calorie level, it's very important to keep that calorie intake consistent day to day to day. To me, since nutrition is so important and it can very well be the deal breaker between results and no results, the idea of learning how your body reacts to a set calorie level over time, to a consistent set calorie level over time, is going to be more important than any possible benefits that could come from fluctuating calories through training or non-training days. And really, in my opinion, from my findings and from what I've also read and researched, the benefits of altering those calories between training and non-training days really are very minuscule, and the ability to learn about your body and be able to manipulate and control your body based on your findings just hugely outweighs any possible benefits that could come from altering calorie intake between training and non-training days. One thing that I'd also like to point out is the fact that you're going to be creating stress. You're going to be creating more complication than necessary if you're worrying about, okay, how many calories did I burn during this day's activity? How many calories does that activity burn, and what macronutrients can I eat to make up for that? How many calories should I eat to make up for that? You can see that things already start to sound complicated. It's much easier just to say, all right, I will have my 5 meals per day, and each meal will consist of 500 calories, and each meal will contain a protein source. Each meal will contain a carb source. Each meal will contain beneficial fats. That is so much easier than having to worry about different meals, different time periods throughout the day, different amounts of protein, carbs, and fat. And on top of that, you would need to be basing those different variables around different daily activities. So you're not doing the exact same thing every day. So each day becomes a complication, and figuring out each day's activity level and calorie and macronutrient needs really becomes a stressor. I don't know about most of you, but I think most people are fairly busy these days, and adding that stress to their nutrition plan or their nutrition approach, it's not going to be a good idea. It's going to increase the likelihood of failure. That's a fact. And it's really just not necessary based on the benefits that might come from altering calories versus training and non-training days. Meal planning becomes easier. Macronutrient content per meal becomes easier. Everything becomes easier when you keep your calorie intake consistent each day. And for that reason alone, weighing that reason against the minuscule benefits of altering calorie intake on a daily basis, if there are any, I personally don't really believe that there are any. When you weigh those two things against each other, it's obvious that keeping it simpler is better. Everybody will do better with a simpler nutrition plan, and for that reason and other reasons mentioned in this video, I think it's very clear that my opinion is to keep calorie intake consistent versus training and non-training days. In conclusion to this video, I would really like to thank the person that asked this question. This was a bodybuilding.com forum member who asked this question. Granted, I don't have their name, but I thank them nonetheless. Chances are they'll be watching this video, and I hope that I helped you out, and I believe that a lot of other people would also like to know the answer to this question. So I hope that I helped a lot of people out with this video. It's a popular topic, it's a common question, and I think that I got my point across on why I believe that calorie intake should remain consistent across training and non-training days. Thanks for watching. My name is Ryan Miller and I'm with Growth Stimulus Training. This has been another episode of Your Question, My Answer.